Another weird and wonderful month in the world of black metal. Welcome to the Crypt of Wax. We cover the latest metal releases, and today we're going to talk about a roundup of March's best black metal releases. There is quite a wide range of styles going on here. We kind of like tried to pick a little bit of everything from this niche subgenre as already is. But let's get the ball rolling, shall we, Mike?
Yeah, go on, John. What we got first?
Well, first coming up,
Alphabetically.
alphabetical. Well, it's not alphabetical. So the way that this is in no particular order, the way this brings it in, this website that we use is randomizes the thing annoyingly. So anyway, no particular order. Today, this is not. Listen, I'm all over the place. Arbor Ultima Fuel. This is another release from Taurus out on Blood and Crescent. Came out on March 13th, so middle of the month. This album was like, this falls into the more kind of raw, more straightforward black metal, actually, Mike, would you say, of all the releases we're covering?
It is, and it's in a way quite simplistic. I mean, you do have synth and stuff in there, but it's not got loads going on instrumentation wise, if you know what I mean. It's kind of a lot of it's down to it's kind of like guitar tone and drum production as well that really carries the feel and vibe of this album. I mean, I have to say, of the ones we've done this month, this one is one of the ones that's really stuck with me. And I've listened to this quite a few times since we've done the show, and I think it's brilliant. Really, really good album.
Really good album. Yeah, like you said, it is quite simplistic, but I think it's like packed with like great riffs and a lot of like a lot of repetition, like letting passages build. Like there's some long song lengths going on. It's just a really like powerful raw black metal release, and I mean it's definitely been on heavy rotation here. Mike, remind me, did you say this was potentially going to be in your album of the year list already?
Potentially, yeah.
You still feel that way?
Yeah, more so than the show. Actually, I've appreciated it more and more since we've done it. The thing that really stands out to me, especially when I listen to it side by side with other albums we're doing, is how well produced this is. The recording of it's so good, and it's so nice to listen to. I love the fuzzed out guitar tone. The drum production's great, and as you said earlier, he's not afraid to let things repeat. The sections really do are given time to breathe. There's parts in it that just go. I mean, the opening song when it no, sorry, track two, the opening riff of that with the synth and the sort of fuzz guitar, it goes on for ages, and then he keeps the same riff, then brings the blasts in. It sounds great.
Yeah.
I think it's because everything sounds so good. I've got no problem just listening to it go on and on and on, even if it's a few minutes per riff.
That's great point. I think this is maybe one of my favorite productions of the of the month. The drum tone, like you said, the drum tone's amazing, and the drumming in general, like the beat choices. There was a moment in this where he does that kind of like there's a closed hi hat beat on one of the songs, and I was just like, that's really stuck with me. That moment, it was one of my favorite things to listen to this month. But yeah, definitely go check this one out. It's all the links for all this stuff will be in the description. You can only really sort of find this one on YouTube at the minute. There's no Bandcamp or anything.
Don't bother trying to buy it.
Yeah,
don't bother trying to buy a record of it. They're long gone.
Long gone. Unless you want to pay.
Although they're probably on Discogs
quadruple the price.
Quid if you don't buy it, like spunking a bit of cash on it.
Getting absolutely mugged off by the touters.
Yeah.
Right. So next up, we are going to be talking about Iron Firmament in the Land of Pre-Human Kings. This is probably my favorite release of the month. This explores a lot of different ideas, but like all wrapped up in a kind of obviously black metal package. But when I was listening to it, I couldn't help but draw comparisons to like Blood Incantation, even though they're completely different genres. But like the Bruce Pennington artwork, the kind of cosmic retro sci-fi feel. Yeah, there's a lot going on, and like it's all wrapped together so nicely.
I think what they do, which probably has that kind of Blood Incantation comparison, is they really tie in the vibe of the artwork, which obviously is by this same artist, I'm guessing you're saying. Yeah, like they tie in his vibe so well to their music, and Iron Firmament doing the same, obviously in a different style, but the way they're tying in that art with the with the music. I can see the comparison, and yeah, I mean this is probably my favorite album of the year so far. I have to say it's I think it's incredible, really really special. There's something about this.
Yeah,
I feel like it really stands on its own in this genre, and I think it's got something about it's not just it's got something about it as a complete works as well as an album, as opposed to just being a really good band doing really good songs. There's this
yeah.
the level of cohesion and things like the way the songs will work together, and it's one of those albums that if I listen to, I'm gonna listen to the whole thing, it's start to finish. It's that sort of level of enjoyment. If I'm going into it, I'm gonna give the time to do the whole album.
That's a good.
So I keep getting my knees in the camera here.
No, I
Like just
like it. I like it.
you like the knees
You
up?
don't get
Oh,
enough
a bit
knee. You
higher?
don't get enough knees in YouTube videos, so bring them in.
Hey.
It's
Alright, I'll
always
leave 'em up.
this, never that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you
Um,
wanna see a bit of that?
yeah, get them in. Yeah, like you said,
Get a little knob in 'em up.
like you said, it's a complete package, and I think that it obviously it works in its favor, like it should do. But like, it is a start to finish record. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to
Mm,
dip in and out of one song. I think this is one that you just go on the journey with. It is quite an odyssey in a way. Like there's a rhythm and a flow to it, and it's just executed really well. Again, really good production as well. The production on
yeah.
this, it's like there is a lot of clarity, but it does sort of still fall within that raw feeling. But it's not so lo-fi. You're like, what the fuck's going on? There is clarity, but it's
No,
well
they
produced.
hit it perfectly, actually, yeah.
Yeah, really cool. So this is maybe what you were referring to with the silly one, Mike.
Yes, this is the silly one.
So, Curtain Wall, Castle Crusher, Castle Crusher. This is an EP, but I mean, it could also be an album. I mean, we always get into that debate, but
It's 10 songs, isn't it? They're all sort of 2 minute-ish mark, aren't they? Kind of
yeah.
thing.
So, if you've never heard Curtain Wall before, it's like raw punky black metal with whimsical medieval folk ramped up, especially towards the later end of his discography. But it's just a silly, fun, good time. This record. It's not. If you want serious black metal, don't. This one's probably not for you. But if you like a lot of whimsical in there, definitely listen to this.
Yeah, I do think you gotta it is a tricky one because I think if I just stuck this on, I would have turned it off very quickly. But because I had to listen to the whole thing, I gave it time, and I feel like you're quite if you can kind of open your mind to this and give yourself time with it, I think you can be quite rewarded because it is a very enjoyable listen.
Yeah, very enjoyable listen. Yeah, I think you do have to be in the right frame of mind, but when you're there and you're enjoying it, it's really good. There is a crazy
Yeah.
kind of Euro pop dance remix at the end as
Oh
well.
my god, yeah, you gotta listen to that.
Yeah, give that one a go. That would be one of the ones where if you're listening to it and your headphones sort of came out and or disconnected from your phone and that blasted out, how would that go down?
It'd be like the Techno Viking or something like that, isn't it, if it was the last one.
But yeah, cool release. Out on Grimestone. Yeah, this is Abysmal Spectre. So if you're familiar with his stuff, you kind of know what vibe to go with Grimestone. This is one we didn't cover on the show. So technically, this came out on February 27th. So listen, give us a little bit of leeway. We were going to include Autumn Strife into this list, but it came out a lot earlier in February. So this is kind of a good replacement in a way.
Mhm.
It's that really, really ultra triumphant like US black metal. The sort of gives that kind of like powerful, courageous, um, but there is a kind of Midwestern melody thing going on as well, isn't it? It's very catchy,
Yeah.
not icy and evil in that sense, but it's very like triumphant and uplifting.
What I really like about this is the guitar, the flow of the guitar riffs, like the melodies between them. It sounds so good. Like they'll be doing a good riff, and then the next section they'll go into, it'll work so well from the previous in evolving the melody or There's just
Yeah.
that to me. That's what this band's kind of all about. It's just like the way the guitars all work with one another and flow throughout the song. It works really really well. I had a really good time listening to this. As we said, we only didn't really cover it because it was so short. Short. I think it's less than 10 minute kind of demo, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah, it's only a 3-track, but it's left a very lasting impression. I think that I'm really excited to see what's coming next. And I'm glad actually, Mike, that you had the same kind of point, because I wrote down in my notes that the main focus point for me for this project is the songwriting and the riffs. The vocals
Mm.
are a little bit background and kind of, I don't want to say not important, but like you don't really focus on them. They're just sort of there.
They do enough, don't they? I think they
Yeah.
do enough.
But
They sound good, but
yeah,
yeah,
they
they're not.
sound
It's not what you're listening to when you're. It's not what you're focusing in on. No, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. But the riffs, man, the riffs are fucking great. They're so catchy, and like you said, the songwriting is really good, really great flow. If you do like kind of a slightly more uplifting, catchy, like triumphant but powerful black metal, then this is definitely one to check out, because this is really good stuff. And then the final one to end on. So this is a bit of a curveball. I don't see this getting talked about anywhere really. It's very
This
underrated.
band in general, though, this band, like they consider them, when you look on their what their discography is or their Bandcamp releases, they've done loads of stuff,
Yeah.
and it's mad no one's talking about them.
So yeah, we're talking about Blood Saber. This is the album Winter Morning. This release is probably, I don't want to say it's the most unique one out of the five, because there's Curtain Wall in there, there's Eye of Firmament in there, but it's unique in its own way. It meshes a lot of influences from very different genres. You've got kind of like an industrial feel going on with like a lot of hypnotic repetition and kind of drum loops wrapped up in like a kind of raw, cold, wintry black metal experience. But there's also moments in there that like lean heavily into like a cosmic jammed out kind of earthless
Oh, that
esque.
bit was so good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'd never heard anything like that on a black metal record with this kind of production style, but like the way that they weave in and out of these moments was actually really incredible. Like I've gone back and listened to this a lot, and it's potentially going to be up there in the list for the end of year, because it's pretty unique, man, pretty special.
You know what, I need to go back to this because I think it's been a really strong month of releases. So like some things have just been a little bit lost, even though I really loved it. And this album's one of them. So I do need to go back and do this because I was very surprised with how good this album was and had a really, really good time with it. It's definitely something a little bit different, and I'd thoroughly recommend anyone checking it out.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. This one definitely gets the. I mean, all of these are worth checking out, but this one really check it out because they are a little bit kind of more unknown, and I don't see it getting spoken about anywhere near as enough as it should be. There's also kind of like ambient synth and dungeon synth moments going on in there, and it's just a really well packaged, unique release. Also came out on February 27th, Mike. So it is technically a February release, but listen, it's right at the end.
But
So
wait, have we done anything that came out in March?
yeah, the first three.
Oh, the first three. Okay.
But listen, it came out right at the end, so cut us a little bit of slack. But listen,
Yeah, it's
those,
only 28 days in February anyway, isn't
yeah,
it?
exactly. Those are the five black metal releases that we sort of wanted to speak about. Very, very unique. Each one offers something completely different, which I think is actually really cool. A cool blend of five different records. But let us know what your favorite releases were this month, because listen, we have to listen to a lot, but there's a lot we miss, and I'd like to know like what I'd like to know what good is out there, because there's only so much we can listen to, right?
Yeah, and also if there's anyone's got any recommendations for what's coming out in April as well, because that would be good. It'd be good to actually know before before they come
Yeah,
before it gets past the month, so we can actually cover them. Because we do try, but we do sometimes miss stuff, don't we, John?
yeah. There's only so much we can do. We're only a two.
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
Join the group. Make Let's expand. Let us know, and we'll cover your releases. But yeah, thanks for checking this one out. If you like this kind of content, hit subscribe. We put out videos every Wednesday and Friday covering the latest metal releases in a bit more of a detailed fashion rather than this video. But yeah, hopefully catch you in the next one.